Level by Level Gaming, and let's see what I have moved into the warehouse on round two here. Um, Try to hold the camera a little more steady. I was really shaky on the last one, and I apologize for that, guys. I thought this phone had like a stabilization thing in it, but I guess it doesn't. So we've got the Golden Axe moved in, another one of the Miss Pac-Mans. That Miss Pac-Man is speed chipped. It's a working cabinet. Everything's good to go on it, but it has been speed chipped, and I honestly would rather take out of the Project Miss Pac-Man the regular chip and put it in there if that's even possible. So here's the Tekken 3 Project Cab. The game works. Everything's up and running. As you can see, it's missing the screen. I am going to take a modern LCD and put it in there. The old CRT that was in it was actually a Chinese knockoff that was a replacement somebody else had put in there that wasn't original, and it gave up the ghost. I couldn't get it working. I took it to a local shop. They couldn't get it working, so that was the nail in the coffin for a CRT going back in this system. So Tekken 3 is going to get a LCD. Here is one of our skee balls, Bug Bash. And if you've never played it before, I'm sure you know how skee ball works, where you have the track that comes out in front of the machine, and then you roll the balls up the track. And inside of here are these little bugs, worth different points. You can see that through. I'm gonna try to get this up over the glass here. Each one of these little bugs are worth different points. The ball comes up, hits them, knocks them down, and you get a score for that. I don't know if you could hear me through that plexiglass. We'll find out. So that's the skee ball. We have the big red empty cab here. That had a different Capcom game in it. And it's been all stripped out. And this is getting turned into a Street Fighter 2 cab. I've got all the internals. I just have to build a console, put in a screen. It's going to have to get an LCD. Guys, I really love the CRT, how they look. They're so much more original, but getting a CRT all these years later up and running and working in some of these cabs is just, it's just not economical. So shooters, of course, I already showed these. I haven't walled these in yet, but the shooters have to have the CRT. The original shooters have to have the CRT. If not, it just doesn't work right. So here is the Beachhead Multicade. It has Beachhead. I can't remember what the name of the other ones are. One of them is shooting an alien spaceship, and one of them is dogfighting with planes. Anyways, these were real popular in Dave & Buster's. I have the attachment that comes off the top, and then a helmet hangs down with some grips and triggers and stuff. And you stand and you put your head in the helmet, and then you turn, and wherever you look in the viewfinder, it sees what you're shooting at and whatnot. And then what you see in the visor is what the people see on this screen. I have that helmet and all those fine little pieces and stuff that go with it created up for its protection. So that's the main cab of that game. Here are some of the parts cabs. These set of Daytonas here have been steadily stripped out for parts. The CRT in neither one of these worked. We bought them for parts just to get the parts out of them. These are the boards. They go under the seats lift up, and that whole piece is a board. I will lift up the cover on this one so you can see what I'm talking about. I believe they're, yeah, see, I got a whole bunch of parts in bubble wrap. But these are all parts machines, and they are stripped out specifically to get at least one going. And here's one that's almost working. We've got a lot up and running in it. It just needs some more fine tuning. And this Daytona USA will be up and running. Now, the ultimate goal is to have more than one and they connect together and you can race each other. But if we can at least have one up and running, you could even take the side art, which I have additional side art panels, and you could convert this into just a single racer where at least one person could enjoy Daytona USA, one of my favorite racing games. Anyway, so that's just an example of some parts machines that have been stripped out to make the complete working system. These could be turned into multicades or just kept for parts, turned into racing multicades, and put a modern LCD in there and some type of board, and you could put whatever you wanted on there for a racer. So here is a Racing Force. The screen went out on this one. That's a very, very common theme you're going to see with my machines. This is an old poker screen that takes the same signals natively that an old arcade board puts out. So I just put that in there just to test and just to get a screen up and running, just to test the game. The game works, the internals work, it just needs a new screen. So that's Racing Force by Konami. I wish you could see the side art a little better. Here is Off-Road Challenge. 100% functional game. Everything's good to go with that. It's just sitting waiting for the arcade. Same thing with this Road Burners. We have a Road Burners that we want to twin and pair up to this one to race each other. That's in my other buddy's shop that we are currently getting the steering fixed in that one. And both of these will probably end up with a CRT because the other one, the LCD, the CRT and the other one busted. So this one will probably get a modern screen update, just like the ATV got a modern screen in it. So ultimately, as much as I want to keep these things original, and I've already said it, I love the way the CRT looks, it's just not feasible over a long period of time. Like Alpine racers here would work just fine with a modern LCD. Really, we're only stuck to keeping the CRTs in the shooters because the way the technology works with a light gun, until we figure something else out. So, oh, and in the back here, this is another thing for parts or some type of project. You can't quite tell. It was some type of big projector screen. It has a Coin Op South Carolina sticker on it. So, and this other on the other corner, so it was used for some type of arcade coin op game and had to have its licensing stamp on it, and the inputs would go through this hole here, and then the screen would display whatever the video game was. It's a white blank cab. I picked it up as a part of a huge parts bundle that I bought. Have no clue what that used to be used for. No art, it's just a blank cab. All right, so that's just giving you guys a visual tour of round 2, and now I'm going to go get round 3, start filling in this row and walling in this stuff here. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so, please like, hit the subscribe button, and follow us for our future arcade and what we got going on here at Level by Level Gaming.